Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my Flirty Valentine Day curls. I'm going to be using the Revlon Perfect Heat 1-inch curling iron today. It's a really great curling iron. I definitely recommend it. It even curls very, very thick hair, which is what I have. So I really like it. The heat setting I have my curling iron on is on 30 degrees. I know it's really, really high, but my hair is very thick and hard to curl, but even if it was on 15 degrees, it still curls my hair. And I love their little rack, because like all my other curling irons don't have a rack. So what you're going to need is a brush, just to get rid of any tangles or knots. It makes your hair a lot more harder to work with if you do have tangles or knots. The hairspray I'm going to be using is my favorite, the Fructis Garnier Sleek and Shine Anti-Humidity Ultra Strong Hairspray. I love this hairspray. I'll also put the curling iron and the hairspray in the description below so you guys can check them out. They're very inexpensive. The rose is optional to decorate your hair, and the bobby pin just can pin your hair. I can't talk, guys. Okay, it can pin any pieces of hair you want out of your face, like your bangs. So what you want to do is you want to section off your hair into two pieces, one on one side and one on the other, just like that. Very simple. You don't need to use 50 million clips to clip each section away. So it's very simple. I'm just going to take my brush and brush my hair, get rid of any tangles or knots. Like I said, it just makes your hair a lot more harder to work with, especially if you're curling your hair. It's not fun. Oh my. So now I'm just pinning my bangs back, even though I'm doing the other side of my head, I am just pinning back my bangs because they annoy me anyways. So I'm taking a medium-sized section of hair and I'm going to be curling it. My technique is that I will go down from the root, and I'm using the clamp. I will go down from the root down to the very, very tip, and I will roll it up about a little bit more than halfway. I'll leave an inch from my root down to the actual curling iron. And I promise you guys, those curls will not be that tight. So now I'm going to be taking my other section, and with each section and each curl, I'm going up a little bit more than halfway, and eventually I'll get up to the scalp with my back pieces. When you guys get up to the scalp or your head, be very careful, because if your curling iron is on a high setting, you could risk burning your head, and I burned my head last week, and it's not fun at all. So you want to be very careful when you get to the part where you get up to your head. And the side I'm curling now actually has less hair than the side with my bangs, because my bangs kind of gave my hair layers. So the side with my bangs is going to take a little bit more time, but not too long. So now I'm moving on to my last piece, and I'll be done with that side, and I'll probably do some touch-ups to show you guys. You only need to hold it for a few seconds. Even with thick hair, it doesn't take that long. So I'm just brushing my hair with my fingers to loosen up the curls, and I'm taking fairly small sections of hair on the top of my head, and I'm curling them all the way up to the root because it makes my hair look a little bit more fuller and just healthier, I guess. So I do one in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back. Just 3 sections on the top and 4 on the bottom is how I usually go with that side. And one technique I learned off of my best friend's mom is that if you curl hair that's very close to your face, it will frame your face and make your face look more beautiful than it already is. So that is another thing I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. So now I'm taking that piece of hair and I'm curling it. Like I said, you can frame your face if you do that. That step is completely optional though. You guys don't have to do that. So now I'm taking my hairspray and I'm just lightly coating it. I don't want to coat it too much and make it look stiff. I hate when you use hairspray and it makes your hair look stiff. It's not fun. So now I'm moving on to the other side of my hair, and I'm taking a bigger chunk and I'm going to leave about 1 inch of hair at the end of the curling iron because, like I said, my bangs have created layers on that side of my hair. So it's a little bit more trickier, and I'm also just taking it up to the root because when I pull my bangs down it makes my bangs look a little bit more puffier and voluminous, which I really like that look it gives. So then I'm just moving on and I'm going to do random sections of my hair. I'm just basically going to find pieces of hair that aren't curled and just curl them, and everything's going to blend together and look really, really nice. And the maximum time of this look is about maybe 10 minutes at the most. Usually it would take me 5 minutes, but if you take 5 minutes, it gives you more looser curls. That all depends if you girls have like thin or thick hair. Like mine's very thick, so it takes a little bit longer than most girls. So I'm just doing more pieces of hair. It only takes about 5 or 10 seconds just to get your curl. 10 seconds for like a tight curl. This is another tricky part you need to watch. If you're doing underneath your hair like I'm doing, you have to watch the curls that are overlaying on the top because you can mess them up very easily and you could like crimp them. It's really weird and tricky, so be careful when it comes to that part. So now I'm going to do my bangs, and how I do my bangs is I split them into 2 sections, and I take the top piece and clamp it, and I go to the very root, and my technique is I twist and pull. It just gives my bangs that swooped over to the side kind of look. And then the underneath piece I just curl. There's nothing to that little buddy. So now I'm going to do the same technique as the other side, and I'm just taking small sections of hair on the top of my head and curling them. And since I have bangs, I don't need to do the other side to frame my face, so if you have bangs you don't have to worry about that. So now I'm just taking pieces of hair and touching them up, because you're always going to have touch-ups throughout your hair, especially if you're curling it. So now I'm just taking hairspray, giving that a light spray. I still like it to look natural. And now I'm just taking the purple rose and clipping that in my hair, and that is my look. And the back of my hair is a little bit loose. I didn't even notice that, but it's fine, and I think it's cute, especially for Valentine's Day. So now I'm going to show you guys how to get a little bit more of an intense and voluminous curl look if you guys are doing something more special. So what you're going to need is just your hairspray and your curling iron, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a big chunk of hair. You can choose each side you want to do this on. You can do it on both or just one. You want to spray underneath that piece of hair with hairspray, and then that section that you sprayed with hairspray, take the piece under it, if that makes sense, clamp it from the root down to the tip, and curl it. You want to hold it a little bit longer, curl it to the scalp too, but you do want to hold it a little bit longer, make it very, very tight, because it makes the curl on top voluminous and makes your hair just a little bit more puffy and intense. So spray it again and kind of take your hair or your fingers, and my hair keeps falling. It falls like 3 times. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So just like take your fingers and push up that hair, and then flip your hair back over and fix your hair, prettify yourself, and then just start pushing your hair up. It will make your hair like really, really voluminous if you're using the hairspray. And then I believe I'm going to take that piece of hair and I'm going to curl it, because it makes it look a lot better. Now what I mean by curling is I'm curling the root. I actually got this technique off my best friend's mom, and it just makes your hair look a little bit higher and puffier if you're going for that on Valentine's Day. So you're literally just curling the root and leaving the rest of the hair down. And if you want, you can curl the bottom pieces too. You can re-curl them if you want. So just fix your hair to how you like it. I'm just touching up a little bit more, and there you go. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Guys, oh, I'm not supposed to talk in this video. I'm supposed to be doing your voiceover. It's not even on. Well, did you know, guys? Ow! I just burned my finger, guys.